Hey folks, hope you are having a great day. I just made an inspired decision that I will make a speed run. And meaning, actually, I will do 2 speed runs at the same time. And yeah, this basically comes unannounced, but we are going to have many episodes, naturally. So we are going to have a speed run for the Reti and the Scandinavian defense. These are the last 2 courses I had. Artur Kovalenko, yeah. These are the last 2 courses I had on Chessable. The Reti Simplified was released on 23rd February, and the Scandinavian Defense, which was covered in the course, the battle-tested Scandinavian Defense, co-authored by my very good friend Igor Kovalenko, it was released last year. Yeah, that's why I figured, why don't I make it in basically one speed run. And from the White's perspective, I will be playing the Reti. I will be playing 3-minute games, but I will slow down a bit in the opening phase so that I can explain a bit the thought process. For example, I already have listed so many things I'm going to include in the upcoming Reti Simplified update. For example, these side pawn pushes at the king side, how to deal with this. I hope I will get a chance to show you in the speedrun. And from the black's perspective, against the e4, I'm hoping that at the beginning, most people, they are playing e4. I will play the Scandinavian. If somebody is going to play against me d4 or c4, most of the time I will just abort the game or occasionally play some Dutch defense. Yeah, because for Dutch defense, I already made a speedrun. That's why I don't really want to play it again. Like, it's definitely a fun topic. But yeah, that's the plan. So this is the page, and welcome to the stage, Forrest Gump. This is my speedrun account. You might know him by another name, Dr. Dutch. That's the same profile I've used for my speedruns. And I figured that Forrest is going to be our messenger of the speedrun. Meaning, yeah, this is not a big secret. It's one of my favorite movies. I have probably watched it like 10 times, and a bearded Forrest in the profile picture is exactly what we need for the speedrun. We are going to start with the rating 1000. Actually, I played a couple of games in the beginning to get to like 998. And all the rating that I gain will be refunded to the people, to the unfortunate victims who will be in the way of Forrest. But don't expect it to happen overnight, because Chess.com typically does it like in batches. Yeah, like once a month or something like that. So I don't think I will be playing against same guy more than once, really. So it's not a big harm to the chess community. All right, and of course, if you have any questions about the Reti or Scandinavian or any other my courses, do not hesitate. Ask them. I'm here at your pleasure. And let's get it going. By the way, speaking about some potential slow run, yeah, this is a thing I'm noticing among other content creators. I will probably make a separate slow run where I will play exclusively all of my repertoires on Chessable, and maybe more. Just like whatever, you can suggest me randomly any opening and I will just play it with the rapid time control. But this is a different one. This is a speedrun. All right, here we go. Enough of blah blahs. I'm playing against Sean Jazz. All right, here we go. Let's play knight f3. He's probably shocked. What is this? B6. Yeah, after b6, I think you can actually take the center with e4 and d4. Let's stick to the course. I don't think that b6 is in the course, but there's a very good chance we're just going to transpose. He could have played e5, but e4 is not really a big thing. Let's play short castle. These moves are pretty easy. And typically in these positions, what you want to do is you want to play some sort of a c4, d4, and knight c3. Technically, you could also try to get to some kings in and attack with d3, e4. I think it also would be looking good. I don't know what could be the most interesting way to play here. Let me play c4. And maybe, yeah, maybe let's play d3. Maybe I get the chance to transpose to the course with some idea to play e4. And if he plays d5, it's... Oh, wait, it's not quite the same because he has managed to play b6 and bishop b7. All right, okay, here we play e4. Very interesting pawn structure. I think this is a mistake because now I can take with the c pawn, play e5. I establish myself a pawn majority at the king side. I can play d4 to secure the pawn, or maybe play rook e1, a bishop f4, h4, and some typical ideas for the kings in and attack. Okay, let's play d4. So in the opening phase, probably I'm going to explain things a bit more thoroughly. Knight c3, now this pawn is a bit loose. Bishop a6, rook e1, this is a pretty easy move. I mean, c takes, knight e4. There's e6 threatening the pawn on d5 is already very weak. And the knight on d4 already often jumps to knight f5, queen g4, and he has massive problems. I think it's safe to say the black is lost already. Yeah, so here's nothing he can do about it. Bishop d5 wins on the spot. E6 looks very tempting. Let's just maybe collect the game here. Yeah, the rook is falling, and there's not much he can do. Yeah, but also e6 could be a move. Queen c7, there might be some spectacular shots with queen b3. There's bishop c4, it's quite not working. e6 looks tempting. Let's play e6, looks very nice. I could take the rook, of course. Hey, Mogoda. And Jababot. How are you doing? All right, let's take it. King f8, otherwise I just take the rook. I'm just looking for the mate. Is there a mate somewhere here? Okay, he just resigns. All right, okay, fine. Thank you for the game. And I gained like 20 points. I'm not sure how long it's going to continue. Obviously, another Reti game. f6. f6, okay. f6, maybe he wants to play e5. And against something like this, I think it makes sense to play d4 immediately. I mean, probably g3 and bishop g2 is completely fine, but, I mean, we can transpose to some d4 setups. Maybe he's going to walk with a king. Actually, this is a pretty famous joke by Magnus. I mean, not only Magnus, by some other players as well. Maybe he wants to do it like this. Yeah, it's a common joke. Okay, I'm not going to allow him to do that. Or maybe he's just playing something else randomly. Bishop g4. Yeah, some easy moves. Typically in the course, I'm advocating for bishop takes on f3. I don't see any reason to change it. Black has some problems with the light squares. Okay, yeah, I think here black is a bit clueless what he's supposed to do. Play e4, maybe get the bishop on e6. Okay, let me anchor the bishop here on e6 and see what happens. Now the king is in trouble. Maybe he has to play like bishop g7, knight f8. Where do I want to be at the end of this stream? We'll see. I have no idea how many games I will play. I suppose we'll see. Maybe queen d3. Can I go for some quick checkmate here? Why Hikaru is always e takes on f3 instead of bishop on f3, you mean? Does he play something similar as well? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, he spotted a checkmate. This is a good thing. I mean, it's not going to save him anyway. I don't know. I mean, some people don't like to spoil the pawn structure. Here, black's position is just appalling. The knight on g8 is also under attack. I can just take it. I'm looking for the fastest way to wrap up the game. Bishop f4, the queen now is trapped, and this is basically GG. Yeah? So the queen has nowhere to go. There's no counterattacks. Rook h6, it's worth a shot, but I take the knight. And yeah, I mean, at this level, maybe indeed they're playing on the clock. It could be, what's the fastest mate? Actually, I tried to figure out. Okay, just take the queen, I suppose. This is looking pretty simple. Knight e6, knight f7. That's not the mate, but okay, fine, whatever. Maybe d6, d7. He took away this opportunity. I decided to start from the rating 1000 because I figured up to 1000 it doesn't really matter. Like, I did this. I had a speed run for Leningrad, I think, and the early games, they did not make any sense at all. Like, I tried to play some Leningrad ideas, but ultimately it was just blundering checkmate in 2, etc., blundering the rook on move 5. So I thought, okay, listen, I'll just start it from rating 1000 where things are looking kind of logical. King c4. There's the fastest mate. Obviously, I don't care about the pawn there. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the double pawns are not bad at all. Yeah, so you're referring to this moment in the opening phase when I took on f3, right? I mean, of course, in the King's in and attack course, is that e takes on f3 is my choice, but in the Reti simplified, I'm going for bishop takes on f3. Why the Reti and the Scandinavian? Because for white, I mean, I am given to play with white or black. So with white, I will play all the games Reti. With black, I'm hoping that most of my opponents will play e4. That's why the Scandinavian. And I have not done any Scandinavian speedruns. Yeah, that's why I feel like I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And obviously, I will also make some of the best moments, best games for the YouTube later. Yeah, so don't worry about it. I will select. This is what I'm usually doing. I'm having a stream. I used to do this on Twitch. Now I'm gone from Twitch. And I will just select the best games, edit it a bit, and there we go. Okay, I'm gonna have to board this one. D4, first game, the Dutch. But I cannot abort too many games. There we go. Because the system immediately is gonna flag me as I'm not a very good player. Okay, there we go, knight f3. Yeah, like, okay, I'm gonna take the pawn. Knight e5. Ah, wait, so he's going for some tricks. Okay. So black is hoping for, sorry, white is hoping for some bishop c4 and queen h5 to target a pawn. There's many ways how you can meet this. Obviously, f6 is very bad because of queen h5, but I think queen d5 is looking really good. Because I attack the knight, there's no bishop c4. Yeah, now I take en passant. Do not forget this rule. And white has nothing here. Yeah, knight takes on d3, and I think I can go for some classical Scandi ideas. Maybe play e5. Knight c3, I think he has to do at some point. Maybe long castle could be a thing. All right, I'm just gonna set up something. I mean, he's not doing so badly. Okay, I'll just go for safe choice. Am I playing the kings in an attack in this? Actually, that's a very good question. Because I do have a kings in an attack course. Well, let me put it this way. Since the kings in an attack and the Reti, they're so familiar, maybe I'll play some games. But the focus will be on the Reti. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty similar openings. I should rather opening for the speedrun against d4. But like I already said, I have a Leningrad Dutch speedrun, guys. I already did it. I mean, should I do it again? I mean, I can play some Leningrad Dutch games. I don't mind it. So that I don't have to cancel any games. But the list already is complete. I finished. I got the rating 2,600, I think. Basically playing only the Leningrad Dutch, and then I just stopped playing. Meaning it's not like I could not have achieved more. It's just I realized that I want to focus on other things. All right, let's go for some cheapos. All right, there you go. Checkmate. Thank you, Umar, for your game and your precious rating points. Again with black. There you go. Again, Scandinavian. I think at this level, they're going to be terrified what on earth is the Scandinavian. e5 is, I think it is in the course. So we play c5 and knight c6. And after c3, we can play d4, stopping white to set up the advanced French. Knight c6 looks like a very easy development. And yeah, okay, so this looks pretty logical, but I think it's also pretty slow. I have many good choices. I can stop him by playing d4. I can play knight h6 to anticipate d4 with takes and knight f5. I have knight h6 and bishop g4, and then try to maybe play knight f5 next. And now that I'm looking at this, this looks the most logical one. The knight on h6 for these positions is a very characteristic move. Okay, let me include this move first, so that he's a bit confused. Bishop e2, he's not confused. Okay. Actually, he's playing really well so far. The opening was a bit shady, but apart from that, I think he's doing nothing criminal. Last year, Riga Technical University was cancelled. Do I think it's going to be cancelled this year? I'm afraid I don't have good news to you. The last word is that Riga Technical University is not going to happen. The open, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do about it. I know the organizer. And yeah, okay, that's work. It's actually quite a big loss for the local chess community, but what to do, yeah? What to do? Is the Reti course selling like hotcakes? It's doing really well. You know, I think it's doing really well, and the reception is amazing. So I'm very happy about it. I didn't really know what to expect, but everybody's happy. And of course, one of my priorities right now is to make an update as soon as I can. So yeah, that's what's coming. Okay, here obviously I'm like having an extra queen. This part of the game is maybe not so interesting, but we still have to wrap it up. We cannot lose the concentration. Okay, let's just secure the king just in case. No checks. Okay, fine. Let's not give up the rook. Why should I do that? d2, d1, that's the threat. Maybe rook c8, rook c1 eventually. Okay. Threaten with a mate. And he misses it. All right. Another victory, another 19 points. Let's start a new game. Yeah, you see at this level, everybody plays e4. That's why it is Scandi. And in the course, yeah, knight c3 is a move. But I think we are recommending for takes and knight f6. But there's also a common joke. Watch this. I love this idea. We literally force the opponent to play knight c3, queen a5, and d3 is not good because of, I think, knight c6, bishop g4, e5, and black is worse. It's just, I love this. I really love this. It's like you're sending a message to white. You're not going to get anywhere. Wait, what about this pawn here? f5, some sack, maybe the queen is in trouble. I just play chess like nothing happened. Okay, he's looking for some cheapos to win the queen. Nice try. But I saw this. I want to play f5, knight f6. Okay. So he's trying to hunt my queen. With this structure, it feels like some sort of an English attack with colors reversed. I could go for a long castle. Okay, he's giving me a lot of checks. Okay. How does the deal with Chessable work? Do I get a fixed payment for making the course, or do I get percentage of the buys, or both? Unfortunately, I can't reveal the deal's terms, but it really depends on the type of work you're doing. For lifetime repertoires, it's a bit different. Okay, that drops the knight. For the smaller courses, it's a bit different. Lifetime repertoires typically are getting more privileged, but it ultimately doesn't really matter. I mean, if you're a good author, You're writing good stuff. People will buy it. Okay, let me try to go for cheap, or maybe he's gonna miss it. I should have done that. Yeah, Avatar. I just tried to end the game immediately. Still trying to do that. Queen e6. Okay, he drops the queen. What's the fastest way to win this? Probably to take the queen. d4 and queen b2 mate. All right. Okay. Okay. We are approaching 1100. Hey, Brett Nuttall, we are having a speed run. 2 courses. There you go. We have another Reti. Forrest Gump is our hero. Yes, and d6 is not in the course. This is my mistake. I will include it. I have not yet fully decided what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be g3. But we are going to get the positions from the kings in the defense positions. Okay, he plays like this, then he doesn't play e5. Let's play the Reti. Okay, this is in the course, c4, knight c3, knight c6. Yeah, this is a bit odd move order. I mean, I could play d3, but maybe he doesn't play e5. Can I maybe... You know, one thing about English opening is that you can delay the move d3 a bit, and you can start with rook b1, b4, b5. Takes, knight e5 does look very dangerous to me. You see, I'm saving a tempo for d3. I mean, why should I do that? If he's not playing e5, I'm not playing d3. Okay, now he plays e5, he wants to play e4, I play d3. And all the typical ideas apply. Yeah, this is very common. He goes for this bishop h3 idea. I could stop it, by the way, and retreat with the bishop on h1. I am not entirely sure I need to do this. Okay, fine. For the illustration purposes, let me do this. I think there were some other moves as well. a6. Okay, let me play a4. To play b5, bishop h3 is going to be bishop h1. I'm kind of saying that the bishop belongs on the long diagonal. And maybe I can always smoke out this bishop with something like knight g5. And the point is of this b5, I want to open up the long diagonal and somehow get to the pawn on b7. So it's like a one gigantic pawn chain. You know, it's like an arrow. It shows you have to play it towards the queen side. So we'll see. Okay, he's thinking. Taking with a queen often is a good move. Where? All right, knight e7. b5 looks very easy. Takes. Yeah, we always take with a pawn. Black plays b6. And we can try to dominate these light squares with moves like knight g5, knight e4, but I think it also makes sense to fight for the open file. Something like rook a1. He is putting all his scopes into move e4, which is noted. Oh, wait. Can he still do this, by the way? Because I just noticed there's a pin. Maybe he can. e4 takes, knight e4 takes, knight f2, but again, I'm not worse. Knight h5, rook a7 makes sense, applying some pressure here. Bishop retreats, that's a very strange move. Knight g5 looks very nice. I want to destroy this bishop. You often find the bishop at h1 quite bad compared to g2. You don't have to do this, really. Okay, there's a cute tactic. Takes, knight e6, which looks pretty nice. You don't have to do this. You can allow the bishop trade. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Now black is completely lost. I take it. And I mean, I could just take on e6 as well, but this just forces some pieces off the board. And yeah, my opponent definitely is sensing I'm playing better than my rating indicates, which could be the truth. Knight on h5 is also for him a bit misplaced. Let me trade the queens. Maybe play knight e5, bishop d5. Okay, I'm going to increase the speed a bit. Here, actually, c takes on d5 makes a lot of sense to use the c file for the rook. Okay. And now I think he is trapped the queen, yeah? Yeah, but he was already in trouble before. And there's not much he can do. Now he's gonna fight until the very end, which I suppose makes sense. Take this pawn, promote the b pawn. That's the fastest way. Okay. All right, he resigns. That was quite a clean game. The question here about bishop h1. Yeah, this moment. You don't have to. You don't have to play rook e1. Like whoever said this in the chat, that the bishop on h1 feels weird after bishop h3. It's fine. You could, of course, instead of this, you could play something like maybe b5. I didn't play b5 because of knight a4. And in these positions, you're sometimes quite happy to take it and play either knight e5 or knight e4. Let's say you could do knight e4, because if I play knight e5, this means he might take it and play c6 with a tempo. So I'm saving a tempo for knight e4, takes, and okay, maybe he doesn't have to take. Maybe he plays bishop h3, but now perhaps in some positions I can sacrifice an exchange. Like this. This also feels really great. Put my bishop on c6, queen on g2, bishop on d2. He has no counterplay. Yeah. All right. The next game starts. Yeah, this is the main line. That's a bit odd move order, but okay. Yeah, bishop d6 is definitely in the course. There was not too many lines. I think it was d takes on c4. So typically black puts the bishop on d6 to play e5. And I could play queen a4, queen c4. He's going to play e5. I think it was something like this. Queen a4, whatever, like, but knight c6 is knight e4. I think this makes sense. I mean, I could also, of course, play knight a3, bishop a3, and there's this very nice intermezzo check, and then take on a3 with the queen. Okay, for fun, let's play knight a3, because this looks a bit unusual, but of course, queen a4, queen c4 was just good. I think that Engine also kind of likes these b takes and a3 ideas. And now let's play a gambit. I mean, I could try, of course, to win a pawn back. Okay, first let's play queen c3. If he plays b5, I'm going to play b3. Oh, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. All right, but for the illustration purposes, I'm going to play b3. I want to play bishop b2. And, okay, but he gives up the pawn, yeah? Okay. So at the moment, it's a bit strange game. All my ideas are out of the window. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. a5. Take the pawn. As you see, most of the people at this level, they play for the clock. Yeah, there was a rook e8, but I had something against it. Okay, let me play e4, get rid of the knight, so that in some future lines I don't blunder some knight f4, some perpetuals. h6. I want to win a pawn. Maybe defend the pawn on d3 first. Knight g6. Okay. I mean, black is hoping for some tricks. She's playing really well. Playing on my clock, as you're supposed to. Not so easy. I just got to play a bit faster. Wow, what on earth was that? I mean, black played really well until knight of 3. Okay. I'll just do this immediately. Just find the fastest way to checkmate. That's a mate. All right. Well played, Emilia. So, yeah. All right. If you guys have any questions, of course, do not hesitate to what? We were unable to match you at this time. What does this message mean? Strange. That was a strange message. Is it the Scandi again? Mm-hmm. Here we go. Will I accept 2500, but 2500 won't accept me. Okay. This bishop d2, yeah, this is actually pretty modern stuff by Hughes Zomer. What the hell was I recommending here? I think it was like this. I could be wrong. There was some 94 moves. Okay. F3. F3, F3, F3. I think something like this was in the course. It's an ugly move, but the engine typically likes these moves. Maybe there was this bit unusual move, bishop d7, e6, and c5. Because bishop h5 feels weird, and bishop f5 is sometimes jumping under some g4, g5 tempos. I could be wrong. I don't remember, actually. Because this is like a very rare line. Bishop f5, yeah? Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I mixed up myself. Bishop f5. Yeah. Yeah, I have to check. Like, okay, wow, g4? This is, by the way, a very typical, useful move for the position, so you can apply some pressure. Black gave up the pawn, which is still not very clear. Queen e2 long castle could be a thing. Knight h6. By the way, is there some tricks with knight g4 and bishop g4? Does it work? Ah, but there, let's try. It does mention bishop g4, f3, and bishop d7. Yeah, that's why I thought it kind of looked familiar. I mean, you have to pardon me, you know, even authors, they sometimes they tend to forget stuff. Oh, bishop f7, did I blunder something? I don't think so. Knight g5. I could play king g6, but okay, fine, let's go back. I thought I blundered something. Bishop e3. Okay. What do I have right now? An extra piece, right? Yeah, 92 was definitely a move. Like, in this position, 92 was a move. Hit the queen, I cannot take on h3. I saw that, of course. I just want to play an out of 6, secure the king, play long castle. 94 offers some... he wants to play bishop before, but then I play queen e6. That's a pin. White cannot castle alongside. Let's just go for some simplifications. Looks good enough. That's like typically a rule when you have an extra piece. Try to trade as many pieces as you can because you cannot blunder what you just traded. Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw this. The queen is protected. Actually, what I did, I think I had an extra piece when I went for the simplifications. Actually, I only had like an extra 2 pawns. That's because I sacrificed a piece. Okay. Have I ever played against a cheater? Many, many times, of course. Unfortunately, they are out there. Okay, let's trade first. Just playing super safe. I can always increase the speed. Over the board, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about over the board. I've had suspicions, but I'm not sure. Why is the system saying that we are unable to match you at this time? Try again in a minute. Am I playing too many games? I do have a diamond account here. Strange. Do I have any goals this year? Sure. I will have a very busy year. I will be traveling a lot. I'll be going to the United States a couple of times. I'll be playing in Latvian championships. I cannot start the game, unbelievable. I will be doing the commentary for the candidates tournament for the Bielchis Festival. What's going on? Just a second. Server issues, yeah? Yeah, I do want to reach 3,100. This is my Blitz practice with my main account. I'm getting error messages. I'm unable to start. Maybe refresh the window. Ah, that did the trick. Okay. All right. What? Really? What's going on? No, okay, that is really weird. I can't start a game. I can't start a game. Server down? I mean, that Tuesday is about to start, but... Yeah, Control F5, Okay, let me try to do that. Alright. No, I can't. Who is unable to play? Somebody else having issues? Puzzle survival, yeah. I don't know. Today was the time for the speedrun. Okay, let's give chess.com a minute. This happens. Server down. No, my server works. Okay. This means we can chit chat a bit. Now it works? No, no, it doesn't work. Yeah, I will definitely. Oh, there's a progress. There's a progress. And I'm unable to match. No progress. Looking out doesn't work. Yeah, there's obviously. By the way, speaking about this thing that happened, when was this? Yesterday? When chess.com was organizing the chess.com Open tournament, and some players got disconnected. There was a lot of criticism towards chess.com. And of course, they should be able to handle this, right? But you also have to understand is that they're trying to make this Proctor work. And Proctor, it seems to be, it's a necessary feature so that all the paranoia when it comes to playing in online tournaments and prize money, it goes away, at least to some extent. And unfortunately, that's how it works. I mean, progress, unfortunately, takes the sacrifice. Unfortunately, I just don't know how else they can do this. And I'm pretty sure that the entire team is very much aware that the Proctor is faulty, it does not work, but I'm pretty sure they're working very hard to resolve it. And ultimately, it's going to work. Yeah, but yeah, along the way, there will be these unfortunate moments when somebody is disconnected. And like for Maxim Matlakov, yesterday it was in the final round. It's terrible, really. But yeah, what can you do? When the website is trying to incorporate a proper anti-cheating software. Yeah, you can tell you have to test this a million times, but not so easy apparently. All right. Is anybody getting a game? You played in the Open Qualifier, Neil says. It was quite alright, yeah? Yeah. I'm kind of waiting on this, on the Proctor, because I don't want to have some bad experience. The website is not working. Works for me. Works for me. Let me check. Puzzles. Puzzles are working. Let me read some articles. Let me open up some webs. News. Everything works. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a server issue. No matter. No matter. We can wait. We can wait. I actually got a challenge by 25 kroner. Yeah, but come on, like unrated. This is a speedrun. I need rating. What does unrated game do to me? I need a rating. Am I sure the account is not flagged for overperforming? I don't think so. I mean, it in the profile, it literally says it's an authorized speedrun account. Just a sec, maybe again, Control F5. Just a sec, let me text the technician. Actually, I have a direct line. Let me see. Where is he? Oh. What is going on? Also, this one is down. Is that Tuesday actually running? Actually, let me check it if Tata Tuesday is running. Raymond's third speedrun got temporarily banned. No, I think it is running. Yeah, the word is chess.com is encountering some issues. Yeah, that's the word. All right, they're working on it. It's not me. It's not me. Yeah. All right, let me yeah. How many hours have I spent on chess and when? What do you mean? My lifetime? Probably tens of thousands of hours. Oh, no, nothing works. Tens of thousands. Hey, Jesus, thank you for the kind words. Any particular reason why I decided to recommend knight f3, c5, c4 rather than g3? Yes, I try to stick to knight f3 and g3 as much as I can. That's pretty much it. Of course, you can improvise with the move order. And in the update, I think I will maybe explain it a bit more on a philosophical level. Why this, why that, about the principle of opening some doors and closing doors and opening new ones. Yeah. Yeah, chess.com says they're on it. They're on it. They're aware. Yeah, they're aware. All right. So this means we wait. Actually, you know, once I got my account restricted, this was the speedrun account, the same account, but it was restricted because I was canceling too many games. Meaning, I tried to play exclusively. Was it the Leningrad? Yeah, I think it was the Leningrad. And I got some kind of a restriction, meaning I could not issue rematches. Yeah, that felt weird, really. You're trying to send me a rated challenge. I'm not getting any challenge. If I would accept. Magnus lost to 2600. Yeah, I mean, speaking about the Tata Tuesday, I don't feel very hot right now to play in the tournament. Partly because, yeah, the Proctor, which is not yet fully working, and I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting, to be honest. Like, give it a year, but I would not really super criticize chess.com about this. They're doing their best, really. They're like us. They're chess fans. They want to make it work, but yeah, it's just not working, apparently. Getting from 1900 to 2200, the main problem is not knowing enough. It's knowing how to use the info you already know. Oh my goodness. That is deep. Okay, let me again refresh, Control F5. Wow. Of all the days I decided to stream my speedrun, I had to run into the day when chess.com is not working. Well, I will be happy to answer you any questions you have about the Reti, the Scandinavian, or any other chessable courses I have written. There's 6 of them in total. Actually, I forgot I should have created an automated message because yesterday, by the way, do you know what day it was yesterday? Yesterday was my birthday. And on my birthday, I released my website, gmneiksans.com. It's pretty cool. And yeah, basically the idea of the website was to combine everything in one go. I mean, this is pretty much what I already explained in the last YouTube video. Happy birthday. It was yesterday, but thank you. Happy belated birthday, I suppose. Is the Scandinavian playable in classical events again 2000 plus a position? Absolutely. Absolutely is playable. You can start to argue when is the moment when you should stop it. Okay, let me draw some parallels. I think the Scandinavian is pretty much the counterpart, the mirror opening against e4, like the Dutch defense is against d4. Would you agree with me on this? Because the Dutch defense is highly provocative opening against d4, and Scandinavian is highly provocative continuation against e4. So they do share some similarity, and they are like removing from white this sense of control and provoking to go for a big fight. At the highest level, both openings are considered to be not straight dubious, but risky. But that's the highest level. And if I have played at least the Dutch defense at the professional level, up to the GM level, and I occasionally play the Dutch defense against GMs as well, why can't we use the Scandinavian? Because the Scandinavian defense has not been refuted, as far as I know. There have been some attempts. There's been the latest idea by Anish Giri, his H3 idea, which now is included in the course, in the Scandinavian defense course. So why we can't play this? And I think that you can argue if the Scandinavian defense can be a regular weapon against title players. And I would say you have to be smart about it. Like, pick your battles wisely. Because I don't think you want to play either the Scandinavian defense or the Dutch defense as a regular weapon, meaning as your main weapon in classical chess against everybody. I don't think it's very smart. So that's why you're having these provocative choices. You're choosing your battles carefully. So I think it makes sense that you have something very solid, some super solid defense, your main weapon. And then occasionally you're like striking out these 20%, 30% games. You're playing these risky choices against one particular guy who you're looking in the eye and you can see the fear in his eyes. And trust me, I mean, I've been playing chess for many, many years and I can sense the opponent is afraid, right? And when you sense that there's some kind of uncertainty coming from your opponent, the Scandinavian defense works as a charm. So, yeah, I've been playing the Scandinavian also myself lately, and the last example is where I played the Scandinavian myself was Swedish Elite Syrian, which is a very strong team event, classical chess. I played on top board for a team event in the Sunday game against slightly below 2500 IM. And I got a pawn after the opening. Yeah, so answering your question in a very long form, yes, you can play the Scandinavian 2000 plus. All right, let me try it again. No, it's not working. It's just unbelievable. What's going on? How long is it gonna take them to fix it? Yeah, that was very, very elaborate answer. Your 2100 feeder friend tried the Portuguese gambit, but the opponent knew refutation. That's the problem of the Portuguese gambit. I think it's very straightforward. I mean, it's also well documented. You mainly played the Reti, as Frenzy Zero says, but You struggle in blitz with low-rated opponents who basically kill the game, and you need to think a lot. Maybe don't play blitz. You know, this is the biggest problem, I think. This especially applies to all of the adult improvers. Meaning, we have so many influencers who are playing speed chess. We have Hikaru Nakamura, we have Gotham Chess, who just made 3000 ELO by playing 3-minute blitz. We have the speeches championships. Everybody's playing 5+1, 3+1, 1+1, bullet, blitz, etc. And you're watching this, you're thinking, yeah, this is the way to play. But very often what you're not seeing is that they have a big amount of work behind their play, meaning they're been studying chess basically sometimes for decades. And for them, playing 3-minute blitz games, it's very easy. And that's why, like, when a casual adult improver is watching this, that his favorite content creator is playing blitz, he's thinking, yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it as well. And I've had these questions very often, especially in coaching sessions, when somebody is asking me why I'm blundering so many things in a blitz game. I mean, come on, you're playing a blitz game. It's completely normal. And you cannot really ask yourself that you're going to perform super well in very limited time control. And these guys who are playing at the highest level, they can do it because they have incredible amount of experience. So anyway, my recommendation to you is think about playing longer time controls. Think about playing 10-minute games, 50-minute games. Okay, there's a challenge. It's a rated game. Oh, plus 31 if I win. $1100 against $2500. G6. What was G6? I think it was show castle. I don't think I had this move order. This particular move order, but pretty sure it's going to transpose in the Reti simplified course. Wonderful villa. B3. Yeah, I love this position. Of course, black is very solid, but we just avoided one of the main lines in the symmetrical Grunfeld. D3 kind of looks logical to block the bishop, but let's go with what I'm kind of recommending in the course with D4. Transpose the symmetrical, where black missed out the idea to play C5. Queen B6, that's a bit strange move. So he wants to take. I could play knight C3, take, and make some weird move. Okay, let's play just knight E2. Don't I play B3 before black plays bishop G7? No, not necessarily. No. Knight D4. I think this looks very good because now he has problems with this knight. Knight E5 is a move that exists in the course. Meaning if he plays knight E7, takes, the knight is hanging, knight E2, queen E2, knight E7, the pawn is hanging. So I think the black has some problems. Rook D8. Maybe I can play some queen F4. I don't know. I don't have a lot of time to think. Am I playing viewers? I mean, if you want to challenge me, you can do that. Knight F7 looks interesting. What else is here? Let's play Knight F7. Actually, there's Rook F8. Okay. I mean, I should be better unless I blunder some intermezzo move. His king is a bit exposed. Maybe play D-Rakes on C4. I don't think I should be afraid of that. Let's play King H1, Rook G1, something. Takes Z4. Probably. I don't know. Maybe it's not there. If not, then I just blunder the pawn. Knight F6. Yeah, that's a Solid choice. Okay, I'm gonna ignore the pawn. Like, I think my initiative is far more important. King K, King, that was a weird move. I want to sacrifice it here. Okay, but maybe I can just double the pieces. I mean, Rook G7 was looking interesting, but probably there was nothing. And I mean, this, of course, is always a threat. Queen e5. Can I play queen e5? I might blunder something. Let's activate the bishop. Maybe like this. Looks reasonable. My opponent Freitsky is scared. Ah, you should be. When was the last time at 1100 received a message from 2500 that he is scared? 94. Okay. This looks very good. I mean, this already should be over. Takes on G7. I think he just missed something here. Yeah, but this attack was looking very good. Yeah, there's bishop a3, bishop d6, bishop e5. I don't know how often you're going to get such a maneuver. Yeah, this should be winning, but let's just, yeah, sacrifice. And that's it. All right, thank you. Thank you for the game. I really appreciate it. Just a sec, let me check it. I think actually here, d3 was also very interesting. Try to play against the bishop, something like d3, 92, maybe a3, b4. This queen b6 was a bit strange move. And I think here black is having some problems. This queen f4, knight f7 was a nice shot. I don't know if I have anything here, but yeah, this king g8 was, I think, a bit too much. So rook g8, I think, was necessary. Now my initiative just looks very strong, and even here, I thought I could just sacrifice the exchange. I have a feeling it's winning, but I didn't calculate this. Takes, check here, some check. It looks winning. I might be wrong. Takes. The king is so exposed here. Queen h7. No, this is over. There's no way he can... Yeah, I just could have won the game on the spot, I think. And king f8 is a bishop a3. Yeah, there's no defense. There's no defense. All right, thank you for the game. Let me see if I can start. There you go. There you go. There you go. The speedrun continues. With d4. Oh, one of my students had such a game. A very similar game. I think he played c5, then he played e4. There's a very nice idea I would like to show you. If this happens. This queen a4. Maybe I was supposed to play c3 before, actually. Because I remember that he had like idea c5, bishop g2, d4, should castle, knight c6, with the idea to play e5, and the strongest idea is to play c3 and queen a4. But now perhaps I mixed up a bit the move order because black did not play c5. No matter. Okay, I'm gonna open up the position a bit. Whoa. That is very aggressive. I mean, 95 is it just gotta work, yeah. I mean, 95 also was good, but this knight is too strong here. Queen d4. Okay. Target the pawn. How to play well in wild positions and not be tempered by psychology. That's a big question. I'm not sure actually I can give you an easy answer. How to play well in wild positions. Find a way to compose yourself. Psychology, obviously, I mean, jokes aside, psychology is a gigantic part of chess. Some people say it's like 30, 40%. The number varies. I think it's actually more than that. Don't be a noob. Ah. I wish there was an easy answer to this. Try not worrying too much, I suppose. Okay, here I have 2 extra pawns. I should find a way somehow to capitalize. Oh, wait, I blundered. Bishop takes on d4. That was silly of me. Ah, but I have rook b1. Takes. Okay, whatever. Scratch that. I want to push the a-pawn forward. Bishop h3 is a bit annoying, but I can always play bishop g2. Online, you don't think it's that much? I don't know. Maybe. How important it is to study positional chess? Very, very important. But if you're new to chess, I would advise you to start with tactical things first. Solve puzzles, do tactics, and only then do some positional stuff, because tactics is easier to learn. Easier to learn. Yeah, don't worry, be happy. Exactly. What are the most useful ways to study as a 2000 over the board player? I don't know. Use all the resources you can find. I don't think there's like super structured way to study properly. It's just you keep doing what you're doing and try to have some fun. If it's getting if it's very stressed, you're getting very stressed over it, then it's a problem. Any recommendations for positional books? I would maybe name the authors. Jakob Bogard is very often who I recommend. Artur Yusupov has written many amazing books. I would suggest you to compile a list of authors you think they're great and get all of their books. Sokolov, of course. Yeah, Sokolov is a world-class coach. How come I'm not streaming on Twitch? That's a long story. Okay, thank you for the game. I stopped streaming on Twitch. I made a video about it on YouTube. But the bottom line is I don't believe in the Twitch platform anymore. Because if there's a platform that grows, this is YouTube. Twitch is dead, unfortunately. This is the sad truth. I love the platform. I have very good memories, and I have amazing community, and I feel kind of bad leaving them behind. So that's why I'm hoping that at least some of them, they're going to come to my YouTube. But I don't think very highly about Twitch these days. Stream on Kick, that's a different story. Kick is a different story. I was actually... Okay, I'm not going to tell you this story, but I was very close to stream on Twitch. Very close, but I didn't do it. All right, so what do we have here? It's some sort of a version of the second chapter of the Reti Simplified. I don't remember if we have this particular move order, but I definitely talk about the move transpositions, and I think that we can still play c4, queen b3. Oh wait, I was supposed to include h3 maybe. It doesn't matter. Many streamers are leaving Twitch. Yes, unfortunately. That's how it is. Okay, let me now play h3, bishop h5. It's going to be a good move for at some point later. And now play queen b3. Ask black some questions. It's just that People are streaming on Twitch and it's not growing. I mean, it's not growing as a platform. I've talked about this many times. Should I play c5 and queen b7? Or maybe just play d4? D4 looks good. Takes. h3 is more accurate. Actually, I think in this position doesn't really matter. So if I was you, I wouldn't really stress too much about playing h3 seemingly at the wrong moment. Just remember this idea: bishop takes on f3, d takes on c4, and knight e5. If you have the course, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you know this, then it's good. Okay, this is a bit weird move. It jumps under the bishop. Yeah, maybe let's keep the queens on the board. You didn't like 100 Endgames book that much. I don't know, like... I don't think it's the greatest book ever, but maybe people recommend it. I personally have studied the Varetsky's Endgame Manual. I love the book. And for me, it was enough. Okay, let's play e4 maybe. Have a monstrous center. These pieces are kind of cooking. I don't know what. And I think I'm going to go for some kingside attack, most likely. Have I written any books? No. Just recently, I had to cancel the agreement I had done with the publishing house. It's my fault. I was supposed to write a book for them, but I realized I do not have the time. So it was like a very flexible agreement. I apologized to the publishing house and I said, I'm sorry, I can't do this. My heart is currently not where it's supposed to be to write a book. And yeah, I said, I can't do this. But I would love to, because, you know, I have this amazing shelf behind me. I got teased about it all the time. I would love to have my own book in a shelf. Books have fallen off. I mean, Chessable definitely gives Chessable gives more to the authors. Authors earn more, I think, on Chessable. And also, I mean, this is the future, because when the book is out. You cannot update the book, meaning you have to make some kind of a different, not a version, but how do you say? You make a different edition. Yeah, for example, the Varetsky's Endgame Manual, it has like so many editions. But for the course, you can make as many updates as you want. Okay, he's definitely playing on my clock, so I have to wrap up this game. Only 34 seconds. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it. Okay, that's it. Chessable has some serious issues for the user. What serious issues for the user? Casina Chess is writing. Why it cannot make personal notes on positions in other people's courses? But you should be able, no? I don't know. You should be able to leave notes. Or maybe I misunderstood. But yeah, but I definitely get those guys who love to read the printed book. And I'm actually one of them. If I have a chance, I love to read a physical book. And I'm not sure if I would be super motivated to sit in front of the screen for many hours studying chess. I can totally understand them. Chessable's main issues are, in your opinion, terrible servers. And buggy engine for analysis. I can't speak for that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you should leave some kind of feedback to them. All right. Oh no, this is something we're not gonna play. Sorry, I hope I won't get any temporary ban. There you go. There's a Scandinavian. Okay. We're, by the way, up to 1200. I'm not sure how far today we are gonna get. This check is a bit early, I think. I think C6 is something you want to play in the Scandinavian anyway. And the typical thing when you're playing the Scandinavian is you want to ask yourself, does the last bishop belong on a 5 or G4? I think bishop G4 most of the time is better, unless white could immediately push H3, G4, and some sort of a knight E5. So I think bishop G4 here is just good. Also, watch out for some tactical tricks like sacrifice on F7, some knight E5. By the way, with a pawn on D4, this could be possibly a thing. Okay. Short castle is not very dangerous. What would I play against D4 or C4? The Dutch. But lately, in classical over-the-board games, I'm playing Tarrasch, Queen's Gambit declined. Okay, this I think favors white, so I'm going to keep some pieces on the board. I think this knight on D4 is awkward. Yeah, if you have some suggestions about games or issues, you can send on Discord, by the way. The Discord link, it should be popping out. Just a second. Why is it? Actually, why is it not working? Ah, there it is. Yeah, you can send me some messages on Discord if you want. Should castle probably was safer move, but fine, whatever. What do I think of the Queen's Indian? I'm not a big fan of the Queen's Indian. I used to play it for my entire life. Not anymore. I just open up the G file for some attack. Maybe I could immediately go for some cheapos. Okay, yeah. It's that level. Unfortunately, thank you for the game. What's the reason I prefer Queen A5 over Queen D6 or Queen D8 in the Scandinavian? Because Igor played Queen A5 his entire life. And he was the co-author, basically the brains behind the theoretical analysis. And it's basically a choice. There's no true move. It's like, is it either E4 or D4? Is it the Najdorf or is it French defense? Why did I stop playing E4? Because I'm tired of E4. I played E4 my entire life. But, you know, I thought it would be fun to play the Naroditsky variation, the 4 knights. If you promise not to tell this to anyone, I have a plan. I will go to Naroditsky Memorial this July, and I have a plan to play exclusively Naroditsky's openings. But I have to study it a lot. Like, I thought it would be pretty cool, you know, just kind of give him some honoring him, his openings, because he played the 4 knights variation, and I think he played the Sicilian Alapin. Yeah, it's a bit dull, I know. And with black, I would have to study the King's Indian defense. it's tough, but I don't know. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, this setup is a bit weird for the Reti. Definitely, it's not in the course, but I think C4 is playable. I probably won't be the only one. Yeah, that's probably accurate. You know what's my biggest regret? That we did not do. We had last year Anna Kramlin's Grand Chess Gala in Rotterdam at TwitchCon, and I made it to the final. And we were playing in teams. I was playing with Sea Dog. The other team was Ronnie Berger against Benjamin Bach, and Anna was the host of the event. So we played a game. We played a normal game, and after the game, I thought, stupid me, we should have played a cow. That would be quite something, right? To play at TwitchCon, because it's like a fun event anyway. But yeah, I realized that only later. Like like I say, a thank you for the host. So definitely in Danya's memorial, we'll play a lot of Danya's openings. Okay, H5. I don't think this is super dangerous. This is something I've been asked many times in chessable forums. Black is going for this H4 attack, but it cannot be dangerous because Black is not ready for the attack and the king is stuck in the center. So I can play knight e5 if I want, but the best way to meet a flank attack is a counter strike in the center, so that's what I'm going to do. Just go for some d5, open up the position. He has an h file, but I don't think it's a big deal. Okay, now he blunders the bishop. Lighten up, mate. That's my opponent. He just gave up the bishop. Yeah, I mean, the bishop on g2 indeed defends the king. He just resigns. Okay, thank you, buddy, for the game. Let me try another one. The Nino 94. Okay, the main stuff. Okay. All right. So black wants to play e5. We don't want to do that. So we play d4 to stop him. Now we have some sort of symmetrical, not symmetrical, but grandfather reversed. And in the course, I'm recommending the short castle. Okay, fine. Let's just go short castle because there was this nuance with c4. Whoa, f5. No. This is a bit too much. These are really strong pawns, but I mean, black is so underdeveloped. He can't do this. How long does it take to learn a lifetime repertoire on Chessable? Well, buddy, I can tell you how long does it take to write a lifetime repertoire on Chessable. I wrote the first repertoire, Reverse Sicilian, for 6 months. I was working non-stop. I was working like sometimes 8 hours a day. I'm not exaggerating. Just writing the course. And I think that if I will ever do that again, it has to be on something very special. I mean, I could do literally so many things because this is why I have boot camps for this. Because if I have a very interesting idea I want to write, then I just make a boot camp. Like I wanted to make something about Danya's 4 knights, so I did a boot camp. Okay, here black's position is incredibly dangerous. His king is open. The pawn on b2 can be taken, but there's no way he's going to survive this. What's the fastest way? The obstacle of bishops. It doesn't mean it's a draw. I mean, the king is so wide open. But learning the course would be... I don't know. I have never studied it. Okay, there's a very cute tactic. Winning the rook, and that's it. What do I think of Artur Yusupov book series? I have never read them, but the word is they're great. So there's that. Now we just try to simplify the position a bit. Maybe make a window for the king just in case, not to blunder some back rank checks. This is also some things that sometimes adult improvers, they forget. You have to secure the king always. Make sure you're not blundering anything. Just trying to advance somehow. I mean, there's many ways to win this. Just take the pawn. Rook f8 is a bishop d5. He's dropping the rook. He can't attack the pawn on f2. Queen a2. Should be almost a mate. Maybe bishop e4 was faster. Some queen h7 stuff. Hey, Lemmings player. Any book recommendations for 1900? Actually, I do not do any content for book reviews, etc. I know that some other colleagues, they do this. Chess dojos, they do this. Also, I think I saw Chess Nerd doing some book recaps. Normally I'm recommending quality chess books. So I would start with those. Thank you for the game. What was the most important thing I ever had to study before the GM title? Oh, the most important thing. I think the biggest catalyst for the steps from getting to IM to GM was working on chess every day. Because when I joined Riga Chess School at age 27, I was offered to become a head coach because the former coach, the head coach, Yanis Klovans, he passed away. And I was working on chess with talented students 5 times a week. And this was happening for non-stop 2 years. I think this is the most important thing. If you want to become a grandmaster, you have to study chess every day. You're working non-stop on chess. And even then, it might not be enough. So you need to have some kind of a talent as well. Am I taking new students on my new website? And I don't know. Like I just put it there, but like I already said in the video on my YouTube, when I announced the website, I'm not feeling super hot about coaching extra students these days. That's why I said, if somebody is super interested, we can talk about this. But I'm moving away from coaching. And at some point, I think I'm not going to do any coaching at all. Yeah, I'll just make content. I'll work on YouTube. I'll work on Chessable courses. Maybe I will have my own thing, like on my website. I'll do comment-free. I'm a happy person. That's it. Yeah, so. And I already have pretty much defined that, YouTube is going to be always the big thing. So that's why in the year 2026, I'm going to focus a lot on YouTube. As you can see, I just started the stream. I'm making more videos. I'm making shorts. I'm starting new playlists. So, fun times. Another Scandi. How many of you, by the way, guys, do you play the Scandi? Bishop c4. This invites me to play bishop g4. This is the safe move. But again, if I play bishop g4, h3, bishop h5, g4, bishop g6, if this does not worry me, then I should play bishop g4. You have to have started before a certain age. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's play c6. Oh, wait, I'm blundering something. Bishop f7, knight e5. Was it actually possible? Bishop f7, king f7, knight e5. Queen e5 takes, bishop d1, I'm up a piece. Okay, I cannot do that. He cannot do that. But I missed it. Okay, let's play e6 just to make sure it never happens again. This spin is a bit annoying for him, I think. Lemmings player plays the Scandi in the blitz and he's rated 2500. Can I take the pawn? Wait, actually that's a good question. Takes, queen a1, queen d2, b5, bishop a2. It feels risky. Okay, let's not risk it. Maybe I could have done it. I don't know. Yeah, for the con, actually, it also deserves a speedrun. Yeah, I should have done it. But you know when what? G3. When I wrote the con course, which was like 4 years ago, I was not too much into content creation, to be honest. So that's why I didn't do any speedruns. So now it's kind of late. Maybe I could revisit the con at some point and then make the speedrun. Okay, what should it? Let's just play Long Castle. Just push some 95, Bishop e5. Obviously, it's a bit risky, but many players from the white's perspective, they're terrified if black plays like this, putting the king on the other side of the board. The Scandi help you to grow from 1,000 to 1,600. Wow, fantastic. This is great. Does it work? 95? There's also knight c5. Let's play 95. Worry about things later. I don't know. I mean, there's no need to do that, of course, but I kind of saw he's a bit overloaded. Queen e3, bishop d4. Queen e3, maybe I can take it. Oh, wait, I can take it. Wait, just a second. There's some legendary combinations here. Possible. Takes. Takes. Queen takes here. Knight takes. Maybe bishop d4 first. Actually, I think this is safer. Oh. This I didn't expect. I saw in some lines I can sacrifice the queen on f1, play bishop h3 and some back rank mate, but probably not here. All right, let's just push everything forward. Oh, that's a queen. But he was in trouble anyway. Let me check this line. Let me check with an engine. Why my engine is not working? Oh, 95 works. Can you imagine this? All of this is good. You know, here I was also thinking after queen e3, I was thinking, oh, sorry. After queen e3, I was thinking about taking. Takes, queen e5, rook d5. But he has a fork. I missed it. Yeah, I thought only knight a7. I missed there's a fork. Thank goodness I didn't do this. It felt wrong. All right. As you can see at this level, everybody plays e4, not d4. Like most of the guys, they're playing e4. c3. Is this a mouse slip, actually? I could have played e4. I'm not sure. Maybe I will still do that. This looks a bit scary for white. All kinds of pins. I think here you should not really think about winning the pawn on d4. It's not worth it. Like takes at f3, win the pawn on d4 because the king's a bit exposed. e4 looks very good. And just trade the bishops and play h5 or f5. Okay, I think this is good. His queenside is a bit static. He cannot play c4. The pawn is dropping. Yeah, now he's in big trouble, I think. This bishop before was a bad move. Now you're pushing forward the pawns. F4, he can sacrifice a piece. I mean, let him sacrifice, yeah. Otherwise, he's going to play for himself and I won't get anything. Okay, this check I missed, but I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, yeah, black is completely winning here. Now, I'm not going to give him the opportunity to sacrifice anymore. Also f3, queen g4. I think this is a mate. Pretty much forcing mate. Okay, this game definitely is going to make for the selection for this rating range. All right, GG, checkmate in 20 moves. That was nice. You think e4 is great up to certain rating? Why, Niels? Why do you think that? Like I already said, just recently I played it in against slightly below 2500 IM. And he panicked in the opening and I got an extra pawn. I simply got the winning position. The thing is, I did not win the game because I did all kinds of stupid things. But I think that you can play it against startup players. I mean, Engine says that white is better only 0.6, something like that, which means the position is completely playable. Would I recommend playing the Scandi above 2000? Of course. I don't think there's a rule that Scandi is only for 1600s or something like that. Just give it a try and see it for yourself. I think this is the best answer I can give you. Okay, again, I have the same setup. And what did I play in the other game? This, yeah? Was queen f5 necessary? Where? Where queen f5? At which moment? I already forgot. Shoot castle. Let's play a bit aggressive. Knight c6, since white is playing so shy. I think I can be a bit bold. There you go. And I think now it's a big problem for him. Queen h5 is a thing, but knight e4 is a monster move. You see this pin. I was immediately rewarded with this knight c6. And I think that after knight c6, he's supposed to play something like bishop b5. Here, and now it feels like I'm winning something already. Take... I want to give a checkmate, but unfortunately I don't think there's a mate. Okay, just take it with the knight. I played queen f5 before f3. I could have played f3 as well. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I could have done that, of course. I kind of wanted to make sure he could sacrifice a piece on f4, but yeah, f3 was also good. He wants to play knight g5, I suppose. I'll let him do that. There's no mate anyway. Oh, then I can go for the attack. Maybe some rook h5, rook g5 stuff. Yeah, it just blunders a piece. I suppose at this level the blunders are very common, right? Yeah, I remember when I was participating in the code champs. I mean, I was literally dying seeing some of the blunders. It was very, very hard to watch. Knight f6 better than taking back with a queen. I'm not sure I understand about which moment are you talking about, Hugo. Okay, let's play long castle. g4, some sacrifice on g4. There's definitely some tactical motives here. I don't want to trade the queens. The point is, I want to win the game faster. As a 2100 FIDE player, you think the Scandi is great. Most people don't know what to do against it. Exactly my point. Exactly. So don't set yourself some kind of a cap that until this level you can or can't play. All right, let's open up the king side. Anybody else, by the way, also practicing the Reti? In the opening, instead of taking the d pawn with the queen, develop knight of 6. Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of the line. Maybe at a certain rating range it works, but this was the Portuguese version, right? I mean, that one, I think it does work until a certain rating range. Yeah, this level it definitely works. Yeah, so we're talking about knight of 6. Yes, we're talking about this. Yeah, knight of 6, c4, e6. Yes, I know all of this. But I mean, if White has studied something and he knows that you have to play d4, knight of 3, bishop e2, then you definitely very quickly will not want to play the Portuguese gambit again. Yeah, so if it works for you, it works for you. But for this one, I think indeed there's a cap at how far you can play. For queen e5, queen a5, I don't think there's such a cap. I would maybe not play it as your main continuation against very solid players all the time. But occasionally, sure, absolutely. Oh, finally we're back to the white. You see, everybody loves this setup. Oh, the stone wall. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. G5. Okay. So, yeah, black is threatening to checkmate you with something like G4, H5, H4. But as you can see, he's underdeveloped. And I have never seen the line. But the point is, we want to open up the center as quickly as we can. So, maybe C4 or D3, E4. Maybe D3, E4 makes sense. Put the knight on E5. Looks logical. Great square for the knight. Play E4. Knight D6. I could play bishop F4, but he's going to play bishop G7. Let's take it and play E4 next. There we go. And the position opens up, and the black king is starting to feel uneasy. Okay. I think I'm faster. Yeah, now you see this king is in a lot of trouble. I can win a pawn. I don't want to do that. Just continue development. Knight d5, knight e7, bishop g5. I mean, this gives nothing to black. Some bishop g5, I suppose. Takes part of my arrows. Now he's in a damage control mode. Queen d6, yeah, so doesn't look good for black. Rook d1. Yes, you see the attack is not even starting, it's not there. The best way how you can meet shady gambits, shady approaches, is just play the best possible positional chess. And then the flaws for the opponent are going to be immediately visible. I just made all the normal moves, so black is already dead lost. Rook c7, there's going to be a cute trick. Hoping he's going to do it. If not, we're going to win the game in another way. Does my course for the Reti include Slav defense? Yes, it does. Okay, I can take it or give a check and then take it. Okay, I prefer this one. Just because it's faster. Rook e7. That's the fastest. Okay, fine. Let's bring more pieces in the game. Should be a mate. Checkmate. I think it's actually pretty forced. All right. Knight f6 is not great in practical terms against good players. What do you mean? Let me explain. Would I accept or avoid Smith Mora? I accept Smith Mora. But you know, I have changed my mind. Because I remember I was very strict against the Smith Mora gambit when I first saw it. Because I have no respect for shady gambits. And then at some point later, I realized I'd been a bit too harsh. And you know why? Because I saw there's so many worse gambits out there than Smith Mora. And Smith Mora is not that bad. Because, like, you give up a pawn, you get, like, slightly worse position, but you have dynamics. So I'm talking about some other gambits, like the infamous, I'm so sorry, Stafford Gambit, or Alien Gambit, or what was the England Gambit. Yeah, I recently made a video on my YouTube channel. Like, these are borderline losing. I mean, maybe not borderline, they're just losing openings. Yeah, so as a professional, I can't stand them. But Smith Mora, in this regard, it is then kind of playable. So that's why I changed my mind about Smith Mora. Yeah, it's fun. Objectively. You can't stand playing against Smith Mora. Here, Lemmings player said knight f6, yes? I don't think it really matters so much. The key issue with Smith Mora is that the opponents can transpose to their lap, and if they want, yeah, sure. But I would accept the pawn because I know the strongest setup. I think I made some videos. I did play some Mora games against Mark. I think I won, if not all the games, then most of the games. But to be honest, I don't remember already. Yeah, I know he's a big practitioner of the Smith Mora. Maybe it was not because of the opening, just because I'm the better player. Yeah, d4 is definitely a thing. White wants to play c4 or knight c3, so that's why our idea is to play e5. You like the speed, the way I delivered the lines? Some GMs are too fast for you. I hope I was slow enough. Oh wait, my opponent is gone. It's going to be 3 rating points. Yeah, I don't enjoy that, but fine, I'll take it. Yes, I know that he worked a lot on Smith Moore. I know that, of course. Yes, I know that he streams still a lot. What do I think about the Gleck opening? Actually, I forgot to check if Danya was playing the Gleck opening. I forgot to check it. I should have done that. I think he was exclusively playing e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, knight c6. The Ra Lopez or the 4 knights with knight e5. Yes, I'm Forrest Gump. All right. Okay. Oh, this is some Stafford Gambit lookalike, yeah? Okay, I'm going to take it. B takes. Okay, I'm going to play like a Reti. I don't have to do this, but I want to. Yeah, guys, I have so many ideas for speedruns. You have so many ideas for slow runs, playlists, etc. The question is when to find the time. So that's why in this speedrun I'm combining the Reti and the Scandinavian. But fear not, fear not. If you're a big fan of the Reti and you can't stand the Scandi, or vice versa, I will make separate episodes to be published on YouTube. And I will select only one opening. It's just for simplification purposes. I am including both openings in one speedrun. But when I'm going to make separate videos, select games, it won't feature both. At least I think so. Any course on King's Gambit? No. 5. Take on F6. Does my course include G5, 95? No. No, I'm afraid not. This is a bit too advanced for me. I mean, I have to admit black has some activity here. So it's not so simple. Like rook e8. No. The other rook should have gone to e8. Still some tricks. Bishop g2, some bishop a6 stuff. But that's the thing. I can always sacrifice the exchange. Hikaru does recommend modern fianchetto openings lacking space below 2000. Now, I think he's a bit too harsh. But I agree that normally you should play normal openings. You should play good openings with good reputation. By the way, for that, I made my opening tier list from the white's perspective, from black's perspective, some time ago. I think it was last year. So you can have a peek what I'm talking about and then decide. Yeah, and Hikaru himself, he also was ranking Boncloud very highly. So, I don't think he is very serious about it, but yeah, for content purposes. Okay. I think I'm gonna be faster. My arrows, they're so bad. Looks like there's gonna be some mate. Yeah, I mean, he had this video where he was ranking all the openings, and he said Boncloud is like 5 stars or something. It's like, come on. Is there a mate? Should be, yeah. I think it's pretty much forced mate now. Checkmate with a pawn. Lovely. Actually, I would love to make some kind of a checkmate with, what do you call, en passant. I don't think I've had any checkmates like that. Yeah, he was definitely trolling. Absolutely, okay. D4. Not in this speedrun. There we go. You want to play Svastika, but there's so much theory. Knight e2, actually. What is this? I don't know. Like, okay, bishop g4 is going to be some f3, but how about I play bishop f5? Knight g3? Is this what he wants? How about I play knight c6? Yeah, this actually looks pretty logical. It's a bit risky, though. We'll see. Some knight b4. Oh, there's actually a funny idea. Knight b4, rook c1, bishop c2, rook c2, knight d3, checkmate. But I don't know how he could possibly miss this. Like, h3, knight b4, rook c1, and bishop c2, rook c2, knight d3, checkmate. Maybe he's gonna miss it. But I can't imagine a legal move for white that would allow this to happen. Knight e4. Okay, so it's not going to work. Queen d5, queen b6. Yeah, queen d5 probably. Okay. So white is pretty solid, but the knight to d2 still is weird. You feel you like to play dynamic imbalanced positions to compensate that you struggle in symmetrical positions. Yeah, it's understandable. Wait, where's my big advantage actually? Queen e4, bishop e2, g5? There's also bishop e3. Ah, nah, whatever. Let's just play chess. I had an advantage and I let it go. Oh, what? That's such a strange move. But then again, I'm forgetting I'm playing against 1300s. Knight b4. Okay, take with the bishop, take on d4. This is winning already. Fork ID stakes. Everything is falling apart for white. And because the king is in the center. Yeah, I'm winning a rook. So Forest is slowly approaching the finish line. That was a nice shot, but... Oh, yeah. Simplify. All right, thank you for the game. Yeah, but Casino Chess, what you're saying there about playing dynamically or positionally, typically all the players can be divided into camps. So either you are a positional player or you're a sharper player. I think it makes sense for you to choose which style do you play more, do you like more, and stick to that. Okay. Let's do it again. Oh, d4. Okay, this time I'm going to play c3. I'll learn my lesson. Oh, that's a mouse slip, I'm pretty sure. How do we fix it? Let's play bishop g2. How do I give away the tempo? I can't. But this is the idea I wanted to show you. This queen a4. The pawn is impossible to defend. e5 is not e5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very nice tactic here. We take on d4. The point is, if he takes it, and he shouldn't have done that, we play bishop takes on c6. We stand up and say thank you, kind sir. Okay, that's the queen. GG. Let's find another one. e4. Whoa, b4. Should I do against that? I think this is the top engine recommendation, e5. And black is slightly better. The Polish or orangutan opening. Queen f3. Okay. Bishop d3 maybe. No, queen g3. Should watch out not to get checkmated. Oh, actually, I dropped the pawn. I didn't see this. This is a sneak attack, but I'm pretty sure that white is worse here anyway. That was lovely. Okay, you can play tricks, so can I. Yeah, now he blunders the bishop. And that's why you don't move the queen so early. Yep. Thank you. Next game. Forest against Serge Savari. Yeah, everybody at this level likes to play this d5, e6, and bishop d6 for some reason. Knight. Okay. All right, just a second. So the way I see it is we can play either for e4, the king's in an attack, or we can play for c4. I think both of them are perfectly good, but I'm going to stick with c4 just because it's the Reti speedrun. And queen a4 is the typical idea, but let me sacrifice a pawn. I just want to show you an idea. To play knight a3, I want to take it, and if he takes it, I'm going to give the bishop on b2 along the diagonal and scratch that. Okay. Queen a5, what a bad move. Okay. I'm going to give a check. c6 is necessary. Yeah, now he loses a lot of time. Maybe knight e4 was even better. And now I just grab the center with d4, e4, and black is much worse. Potentially e5, trapping the bishop. Black has no center. Maybe even e5, queen c2, knight g5. I can go for some attack. Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you for the kind words. I think this is a very good move because I take away all the space. Don't worry about the d5 square. The knight is really awkward. I mean, none of black pieces are standing particularly well. On top of that, I just blundered the pawn on d4. I realized, what should I do? Okay, let's reroute maybe the knight to g4 and protect the pawn on d4. Knight e4 drops the rook, and he blundered it. Yeah, now he sees it. What to do? Oh, this is going to be even worse. This knight, I think it's worse than the queen. I like it here so much. Sadly, I think that the game is not going to continue and the opponent is just going to resign. No, actually, he does continue. So I'm just going to go for the attack. Ah, that's a shame. Have I studied Karpov? Not much, no. Maybe I should have. Okay, he wants to trap my knight. I'm a greedy guy. Not going to allow that. The knight is heading out. How do you study chessable courses? Start with a quick starter. That's the best way. Start with a quick starter. If you have priority lines, start with them and see where the pace takes you. He pinned my queen. Rook c8. Actually, I think I'm blundering the knight, but it was kind of intentional. I'm not sure why I did this. Ah, whatever. You're tempted to make a chessable course on Zaitsev. Oh, that's a great choice. That's a funny fork. He can't take it as a back rank mate. Maybe even funnier was to give a check and then take with the knight. Ah, it doesn't matter. It's just winning anyway. Do you have to memorize endgames to be a better player? You have to study a lot of endgames. Maybe not memorize them. but study them as a separate part of the game? Sure. Very, very important. I feel actually myself I'm pretty good at endgames. Than some other guys at my rating range. Okay. All right. We are approaching 1400. It's getting close. Something like 4 games. F4. Abort. Start a new game. Play out of 3. What is going on, guys? I mean, what is A6? Disrespect to my beloved Reti. Okay. All right. Let me show you like a typical kings in an attack idea. D3, E4. I mean, since Reti and kings in an attack are so close, open up the position. Play queen e2, d4 or something. Yeah, I know that people love to troll with openings, but I don't really mind it. Should look for some active move. Out of 6. Okay, there's the first mistake. As you can see, the queen is exposed. Knight a6, I think it's just winning. Let's do this. Queen e8. That's a fork. Now, the thing is why I do not like such h6, h6 is that I can't show you the typical Reti ideas. And it's just pick up the victory, basically. Oh, wait, the queen is also trapped. I didn't notice. I thought it's the rook. Yeah. The bottom line is do not play h6 and a6 in the opening. There you go. And Reti is the answer. Abort. Play normal openings. Okay. D5 is... Okay, but let's play D5 like a Scandi. Oh, we do get the Scandi. All right. There you go. There you go. E5. Maybe H3 is going to be H5. I'm going to think about it. Knight E5 is bishop G4, but what about bishop E2? I can take it on E5, but is knight E4 stronger? Just take on E5. I have a feeling that some of the 1200s were a bit better. Maybe knight d3 was a bit better, not knight f3. Casino Chess says that you hate facing Reti with black. Exactly, yes. That white has all the opportunities to steer the game in many directions. And this is something I've said on multiple occasions, is that even at the top level, there are many players who do not have a very solid repertoire against the Reti. They're like, I can play this, I can play that. And every single time they play something else. All right, how should I wrap up this game? Some bishop c3 stuff. Maybe there's a mate. Yeah, by the way, the knight is also under attack, but I don't think it really matters here. So far today, I'm going with a 100% score, which is probably to be expected. Thank you for the game. Aman Pareik. All right. Go, Forest. Go, go, go. There you go. E6. Oh, C5. As you can see at this level, so many people like to play D5, C5. B6. I mean, I have it in this position. I have it here, B6 in the course. So I suppose this is kind of similar. Let's play C4 to open up the long diagonal. I'm pretty sure the tension hates it. And open, open, open. C takes or knight C3. Let's just take with a pawn. And black is worse. Like, okay, black is not in super big trouble, but definitely worse. The question is how to exploit this weakness here. Take, and create a target. Knight e5 looks tempting. Knight h4 looks tempting. Actually, let's play knight h4, knight f5. Looks very good. Yeah, this knight is very annoying. That's why the bishop should stand here on c8. Knight e4. I have a feeling it's not a good move. But why? I do not see anything terrible immediately. Probably I just have to open the position. I can take on e7. Maybe let's just go for development. Looks more logical. Yeah, this knight on e5 is so annoying still. And knight d6 something. Maybe take on c5 first and then play knight e6. Knight on e5 is worth a pawn, yeah? Yeah, this knight is a monster, I agree. And now knight e6 anyway. Ah, wait, he can take with the knight. Okay, no matter. B4 is winning. Okay, anything is winning. Let me just find something clean. But he's holding on. Queen e7, I think it's necessary to protect the pawn. He does it. Defend the bishop, counterattack. Bishop h7 is a bit risky. Let's apply pressure here. Yeah, and he's dropping material. There we go. Now this knight is in trouble. How to play against early h5, h4, pushing the Reti. But as you're seeing, nobody's playing like this against me. Like, I'm playing in the speedrun. Nobody's playing it. I had some games, but I mean, they did play h4, h4 with g5, g4. Where does the bishop belong? On d5 or doesn't matter. Okay, let's double the rooks. Create some targets at the king side. Now black is surprisingly resisting for longer than I thought is possible. Okay, there's the blunder. Rook d7 something. Okay, thank you for the game. He resisted really well for a long time. Do you think we are going to see the red in the candidates? Absolutely, I'm pretty sure. But what you have to understand, guys, the problem at the highest level with the Reti is the Grunfeld. This is the question that Magnus Carlsen faced in 2013 or 2014. What to play against knight f3, d5, g3, g6. Maybe they're going to try what I'm recommending in the course. At least one of them for some fresher games. We'll see. Because just recently I saw Vincent Kammer playing against David Navarra, and there was this line knight f3, d5, g3, g6, bishop g2, bishop g7, and Vincent did not play d4. He played a short castle. He allowed black to play e5, and Navarra did not play e5, which I thought was a very, very interesting moment. We'll see. All right, next game. Let's get to 1400 today and call it today. All of this is pretty standard. c6. Bishop f5. And knight d7. Yeah, usually you have to be a bit careful here. Knight d5. Yeah, this line was not super dangerous. With knight e3, was it? Woo, woo, woo. Like, the guy is right at 3800. He knows some top-notch theory here. Wow. Okay. Okay, it was really good until this moment. I'm pretty sure that this is from the course, the battle list, the Scandinavian defense, but queen of 3, it just doesn't feel right. And now I think there's going to be some problems with this pawn. Maybe not big problems. And he just plays queen e4. Yeah, why did I play knight e5? Ah, but there, let's go to the endgame. Some very deep prep. He's also super fast. Okay. Let's make some tricks. He sees everything. Ah, wait, I could just take on c3 and win the game. Ah, silly me. Rook c3, bishop b4. Let's go back again. And now I'm blundering rook e6, but okay, I have rook c3. No, it definitely was a prep. All right. I think I can do this. But really well prepared. I'm impressed. No, it felt like he knows what he's doing. I don't know, perhaps he has studied some courses. But for 1300, I definitely wouldn't expect this. All right, now he's thinking, he's looking. Who is the guy at 1300 that should be crushing everybody? Who is this Forrest Gump? Yeah. Oh. That doesn't feel right. What's he trying to do? Let's provoke h4 just in case. Yes, I knew it. Now it's going to be a target. All right. Listen, Giga Cloud, you played really well opening. This was some top-notch stuff. 95, 93, bishop e4, knight g5, e6, 94, 94. Up to this moment, I'm pretty sure that all of this was pretty good. And I think it was bishop c1. But this was one of the lines in the course, and I had never played it myself up to this moment. All right. So we are 1394. Which cup is the most precious cup? Behind me, I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to show you one thing. Speaking about the cups, remind me this. I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to do it right now. Just a second. Let me show you this. This was the gift the chess.com partner streamers got on Christmas. As you can see, it features all the, maybe let me put it a bit closer, all the greatest content creators, and naturally, Danya is in the list, yeah. So, yeah, this is pretty nice. But the most important ones, I don't know, maybe they're centered. So that's why I felt that I could also put it in the center. All right, one more game, yeah? All right, we are gonna wrap up the day with the Scandi 92 again. Okay, in the course it's e5, so let's do that. There's no reason to change it. Was it bishop e7 or bishop d6? I don't remember. d3. I think it was c6, but I could be misremembering things. Okay, like this should be totally fine for me. Let's try to go for some... Oh, what I'm doing here. His king is a bit exposed. There's some checks. Some forks. There we go. It was very risky of him. Knight d6 doesn't work. Let's centralize the queen. Okay. Oh, that was not intended, as I understand. Okay. Now, he's a bit active here. Have to be a bit careful. Let's get the pieces out. At what age did I become a GM? At a pretty late age. It was something like 29. But I started to pursue chess professionally at 27. So this is when I start work on chess like 5 times a day. What if they play d4? If they play d4, normally I abort the game. Isn't this sandbag? No, this is speedrunning. Chess.com is well aware of this account. It's officially supported by chess.com. All right. The game is over, and I'm officially rated 1400. So with this, I think it's the perfect opportunity for me to call the day. and conclude the very first run of the speedrun. And I think I will make 2 separate playlists. One playlist is going to be the Scandinavian speedrun. The other one is going to be the Reti speedrun. Or should I mix them together? I haven't really thought about it. I'm mixing them together for the streaming purposes. But I'll see what I'm going to do with the YouTube videos. I'm going to cut out the best moments and ship it so that you can watch it. Anything else I should add? Yes, I'm ending the stream. I'm thinking to say something meaningful, but nothing really comes to my mind. So that being said, if nothing really comes to my mind to say anything meaningful, I'm saying goodbye to you. Hope you had some fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Who is making the interesting thumbnails for my videos? There's a guy who I've heard who is doing this. Thank you for your kind belated birthday wishes, because I had the birthday yesterday. Once again, if you are interested, go check out my official website, which is test. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I just unplugged my audio cable at the worst possible moment. Just as I was saying goodbyes, I was saying have a good night, have a good sleep in India, take care, be good, yada, yada, yada. Apparently, I disconnected my cable. Perfect moment. All right. Be good.